Hey everyone, good evening. I'm coming on to give you some encouraging words. Whoever these words are for, I pray that your heart is open to receive it. I actually did this sometime in, I believe, April, but wasn't able to release it until now. And God's been nudging it on my heart to release it. So I am being obedient to release these words. Always take everything back to God to get clarity and confirmation. You always want to take it back to God to get clarity and confirmation. But right now, these are what I'm about to speak is words of encouragement to help anyone who may need it during this time, during this season, and during this hour. And I hope it bless you. And I type to be you. Never water yourself down to make people comfortable. Okay. Never dim your light to allow darkness or toxic feel comfortable. Never dumb yourself down to make others feel comfortable. Never allow someone to weaken your heart out of guilt, shame, or to make you feel bad. You are concentrated, not diluted. You are pure, not mixed with artificial flavors. You are the original and not a copy. You are the blueprint and model. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are a leader and not a substitute. Do you not see your crown when you look in the mirror? If not, pick up that crown and put it back on. Because honestly, some of you were called to lead, right? And sometimes there are people that is around you that will discourage you, and and then it's like you have it in your heart to do it, you have it in your spirit to do it, you have it in you to do it because God placed it in you. But sometimes when you are around certain people, okay, always know who you are around. Always know who you're around, because that jealousy and envy spirit, wickedness, anything that would try to hinder you, right? From you being who you are, being who God created you to be, being who you are called to be. And sometimes people would discourage you even with their words, right? And their distractions. But you cannot let that stuff discourage you. You can't allow people to discourage you, right? You can't let people make you feel guilt and shame, or make you feel bad because you want better for yourself, or because you walking in obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice. It's actually greater than sacrifice, because we have to be obedient. Yes, sacrifice, if you are walking with God, we know that it comes with sacrifice. But when you are obedient, that is the biggest, that is like the biggest, I want to say, sacrifice of all, is being obedient. And some people may not understand, but it's not for them to understand. You know what you have to do, and you just have to do it. We're not here to people please people. We're not here to make people comfortable. We are walking, okay? We are walking into who we were called to be. We are walking as children of God. We are walking in leadership. We are walking. We are moving forward. We're not staying stagnant, okay? We're not being lazy, or just letting people discourage us, okay? Letting people throw things in your face. No, you gotta learn to block it out, and you have to, stop leaning on your own strength, and pray and ask God to give you his strength, okay? Because we are leaders, we're not followers, okay? Excuse me. I'm sorry, my allergies. So when you look in yourself in the mirror, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and see yourself for who you are. Some of you know who you are called to be. Some of you actually know that you were called to lead, you know, and you can't stop, let people discourage you just can't. If you got to pull yourself away, if do what you got to do, you just can't. Some people like to hinder you, and then when you are walking in the way that you are supposed to walk and you are being obedient, and then some people feel some type way, but you gotta let people be in their feelings, okay? Because at the end of the day, that's between you and God. And if God wanted them to know, God would tell them. If it ain't meant for them, he'll tell you to share it. If it's not meant for them to know, you don't share and say nothing. You gotta keep moving and stepping, because at the end of the day, your journey is your journey, your path is your path at the end of the day. And we don't have time to play. We're leaders. When you're a leader, you don't have time to play games. You don't have time to back down. We are not followers. We're leaders. Okay, we're not tagging along. We're actually leading. We have, a lot of you have people to lead. A lot of you have people connected to you. Some of you even, people that, some of you have children and grandchildren, that you have to, they're watching you. You have to do what you need to do. Some of you actually know what you're called to do, but you're doing it because you're refusing to I want to say, like, you're refusing to be obedient. Like, you want to do it, but you worrying about what people want to say and think. But at the end of the day, it's not about what they say, what they think. I don't care. We're not people pleasing, okay, at the end of the day. And we don't have time for that at the end of the day, okay? Because people want to talk about you, whether you doing good or bad. So we want to, just keep moving forward and do what we're called to do, because we are kings, we are queens, we are lion and lioness. We don't have time. We are children of God, and we have to keep moving forward. You say you a king, you say you a queen, then act like it, okay? We're not jokers, okay? We're not clowns, okay? We're kings and queens, and we have kingdom business to take care of and kingdom business to do. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't learn all this stuff overnight. Like, it took years. You just gotta let God do what God is going to do, okay? But we don't have time. We kings and queens. Look yourself in the mirror, pick that crown up, fix it, okay? Know who you are at the end of the day. Pick up that crown and put it back on if your crown fell off, okay? We don't walk with our heads down. We walk with our heads up high, okay? At the end of the day, you walk with confidence, knowing who you are, okay? Don't worry about who don't see you or who see you. God sees you, and knowing who you are in Christ, that is important. Knowing who you are, who God created you to be, loving on you, accepting you, okay? You cannot, all that matters is how God see you and who God created you to be, not what the world or people or those around you want you to be. A lot of times people, they want you to be other things, or they tell you should do this and that. If it's not aligned with God's will for your life, no, we not receiving it. Because if it's not aligned with His will for your life, then you don't receive it. At the end of the day, you don't have to be what the world wants you to be. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, your path and journey is your path and journey. It's not about them. It's not about them. It's about you and what God is telling you to do. What God has called you to do. Wherever God called you to be, or called you to do, or whatever the case may be, that's what you need to be doing. Not what the world wants you to be, not what those around you want you to be, your family, your friends, or anyone, at this point. And I'm not saying it to be mean or anything, but I'm being honest. You have to be who God is telling you to be. And a lot of times, we get around people or people be around us and they like, the enemy, they don't even know the enemy be using them to discourage you or use them as a distraction. And it's like, now you, 1 minute you doing good and you on a path, and now you sitting there doing U-turns, going backwards, or you going on a crooked path because you listening to people that doesn't have a relationship with God. They say they do, but they don't. Some people don't. Let's keep it real. And it's not being mean or nothing like that. If somebody want to say discouraging words to you, or trying to talk you out of doing stuff that you know in your heart you should be doing, or what God has called or told you to do, they should not be around you. If they couldn't accept you, no, when you was in your mess, and now that you clean up and now they feeling some type of way or whatever the case may be, then they don't need to be around you. Okay, because they should be loving you when you was a mess, and then you're clean up as well. Okay, so you can't, we not here to people please and be what people want us to be. We want to be who God called us to be. Okay, because everybody path is not your path. Everybody path is not your path, and everybody's journey is not. You gotta know who you are. You have to know who you are. Okay, you're a lion. You're a lioness. You're a king. You're a queen. You're a child of God first. Always remember that you are a child of God first. And when you put God first, everything is added on to you. You gotta put God first. You gotta learn to make sacrifices. You gotta fast when you need to fast. And I'll be honest, yes, the attacks may come. Okay, but guess what? The weapons may form, but they will not prosper. Okay, you have to decree that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm sitting up here, I'm getting a little comfortable, but I really don't. About you is bigger than you. Is about what God says and what He wants you to do. You gotta do it. You know what I mean? There are people, like I said, God's going to connect you to people, okay, in due time or in time. You know what I mean? Some people are sent in your lives for a reason, and some people, maybe sent in your life for a reason, and at that time, and then God sometimes separate us from these people, because that season was up, and then there's times where you might have to be like Abraham and walk alone. You get what I'm saying? And then if God wants them back in your life, He'll bring them back. But every season has a purpose. This is why it's very important for you to know what season you in. It's very important. You got to ask God who belongs, who's connected to you, and He may not tell you at that time, in due time. You see what I'm saying? And don't just judge a person because you looking at their past or stuff that they did or whatever the case may be, because God will still use them. Okay, because when it's like you're happy for others, but when it's your turn, they don't want to be happy for you. But you can't worry about whether they be happy for you or not. Okay, because it don't matter. The glory, God gets all the glory. This is His stuff that He did. Okay, so He gets all the glory from everything. He gets all the glory out of it. It's not about what others think or say. God gets all the glory, okay, at the end of the day. So don't worry about if people, looking at you funny, looking at you weird, don't want to do this, and don't, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. You gotta be on your ground, and you gotta keep doing what you need to do. Some people are called to be generational curse breakers, and you need to be going and doing what you are called and told to do. Some people are going to, are called to be matriarchs of the family and patriarchs of the family. You gotta step your game up. You gotta do what you are called to do. Some people are called to be mothers and fathers, or you're already a mother and father, or you already have a husband, or some of you have a wife, or a partner, however the case may be. It's things that you have to do. Okay, you have assignments connected to that. It's not a time to back down. It's not a time. We are doing God's work. We are doing what needs to be done. We are on assignment. We are doing stuff for the kingdom of God. It's not about us. It's bigger than us. Okay, and a lot of times if people, you got to learn to pray and take it back to God. You have to take everything back to God. You need to ask God, direct me, lead me, show me, Lord, whatever the case may be, because you just don't dim yourself down for other people. Don't dim. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You can't go doing U-turns. because you want to make people happy. You can't be stagnant. You can't be stuck in a muddy clay. It's time for you to get pulled out. You are out of that pit in the name of Jesus. You are no longer in that pit. You are planted, okay? You are planted. You are on that solid rock. You are planted. We're not here to play any more games. Like, the games are done. They want to play games. They want to be jokers. Let them play the games. I'm not saying we can't have a good time. Yes, you can have a good time. Yes, you can have fun. Yes, you can enjoy yourself. I'm sorry, y'all. My phone actually had died, so I'm back. I'm gonna try my best not to be too long, because like I said, I'm a little tired. And I need to take a little nap. It was a little long day, not too long, but it was a little long day for me. But just knowing who you are, and that's what the me uploading this video, just knowing who you are, walking who you are, be yourself. Don't let people discourage you. I don't care what they say about you. They can talk about you, they can name call, they can gossip about you, they can say whatever they want about you. Y'all gotta learn how to take some stuff into prayer. And I'm not saying everybody, because some people do take stuff into prayer and let God, but you don't always have to respond to every form of negativity and stuff. You know who you are, no matter what people say. God knows who you are, so you need to continue to be who you are and love on yourself, because always remember, God is your first love. Always remember, love yourself. You got to love yourself before you love others, okay? And just knowing who you are. And like I said, don't worry about who can't accept you. Don't worry about who don't want to be around you or don't like you, or whatever the case may be. God will send people around you that's going to love you, that's going to like you. You need, in your prayer time, ask God to send people around, women of God, men of God, children of God, whatever the case may be. If you're a child, ask God, send some children around that's, children of God or whatever, but just because, don't think, and I'm gonna be honest, don't think because they may look a certain way that they're not a child of God, because some people, they look at people for their outer appearance and they are really children of God. Some people are called and don't even know that they are called. So we got to be careful who we saying they not a child of God, because they could be a child of God. It could be, somebody in your family that will bless you and help you, So just knowing, like I said, knowing who you are, walking your true identity. Because even when you're in these places, some of you are, may have gotten a new position. Some of you, or you may get into a new, you may have a new job, a new home, new relationships, or whatever the case may be. Some of you, started business and just other things, right? You got to be your true self. You got to be your true self, because when you are your true self and you know who you are, God, let me tell you something, God will bring the people to you. You just got to just know who you are, be who you are, be who you are, okay? And just keep moving. We're not doing U-turns. When I say that, we're not, if God's calling you to move forward, you should be moving forward. Not, and do it when God is telling you. Don't be rushing the process. I'm gonna tell you that. And don't be allowing people to discourage you because they are stagnant or they are stuck. Okay, because they feel like you're going to be ahead of them. No, you can't do that. If God, first of all, God is the one, he's the author of your life. Okay, he orders your footsteps, he guides you, he leads you. So you can't let people discourage you. You can't let people stop you from growing. You can't let people stop you from being who you are. You can't let people stop you from doing the things that you want to do. You can't let people stop you, okay, at the end of the day. No, you keep moving. Goodbye, see you. I see you when you catch up. Goodbye, see you. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. They're not meant to be in your life. If the time is up, the time is up. I did a video on time's up. Something God laid on my heart, probably like in a while, a couple of months ago. But You got to continue to walk. You can't worry about who accept you, who don't accept you. You're not here to worry about who accept you. The only person, look, God accept you. That's what matters. God accept you. It's not about who don't accept you. God accepts you. Okay, at the end of the day. Okay. Some people just gotta, they got stuff going on, but we don't wish bad. We don't wish ill. We just pray for them. You pray and you keep it pushing. Okay. But you cannot allow people to stop your growth. You can't allow people to stop your walk because they want you to be stuck. They want you to continue to do the same stuff. They cannot, you don't, I'm going to be honest, you can't have people around you that don't want to see you prosper. You can't have people around you that don't want to see you grow. You can't have people around you that don't hold you accountable. Okay? And that's just how it is. Okay? That's just how it is. And I'm not saying, because when I say that, because some people are ignorant, and I'm being honest, some people are ignorant. I'm talking about true, authentic people, okay? True, authentic people, okay? We ain't talking about people being ignorant and saying ignorant fly stuff out their mouth, okay? It's a way you say things, and if God tell you to say it and speak it, you say and speak it. If he don't tell you to say and speak it, you humble yourself, period, okay? And it's a way you communicate with people. You got to learn to communicate with people. Okay. But you can't allow people to stop you and your growth, or from you doing what God is telling you to do. Because guess what? If it was the other way around, did they stop? When they wanted to do things and go here and do this or get this done or whatever the case may be, or continue to do whatever, they did not stop. They didn't stop. No, they kept going. So you need to think, think for yourself, and you need to keep pushing and keep moving. Okay, no matter who don't like it. I don't care who don't. Let me tell you something. Some people, it's not even funny. Some people will be sitting there, they may think certain things and may say certain things and think certain things, okay? And some people may think I'm just nonchalant. I'm not nonchalant. I just have a humble meek spirit, because I know when to say stuff and I know when not to say stuff. God transformed me. He gonna continue to change me, okay? Nobody should want to be their old self. None of us is perfect. We all change on a daily basis. Nobody should want to be their old self. Each day we should be trying to be better than our yesterday, our yesterday self. Nobody should be the same person doing the same things. And I'm not, when I mean the same things, I'm like, if you was doing childish things or doing certain things that that didn't get you nowhere, hanging around people that it didn't get you nowhere, because you allowed them to stop you, or they was discouraging you, trying to get you to do certain things, and so forth. You know what I mean? It's like you shouldn't have been around you. Time's up. Like, they don't need to be around you. You need to surround yourself with women of God, men of God, or just genuine people that that's going to uplift you, that's going to encourage you, coming from a sincere heart, coming from a good heart, not a heart of jealousy, not a heart of pride, not a heart of envy, not a heart of a heart of hate, but just coming to you, uplifting you and encouraging you. Y'all, you praying for them, you praying, whatever the case may be, helping you. And I'm going to say this again, helping you in certain situations, because like I said, every assignment ain't your assignment. So you got to set boundaries with people. Some people you do got to set boundaries with, because some people will take advantage of you. Okay. But, there's nowhere in the world you got people around you. Iron sharpens iron. Okay. Them the people you need to have around you. Okay? Them the people who you need to have around you. You can't keep doing the same stuff from your past. We all got to grow. Okay, we all have to grow up. It's a time to play and it's time not to play. Yes, like I said, you can enjoy your life. You can, do things in your life, do have fun, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to your father business, when he tells you to do stuff and or calling you to do stuff, or he's calling you to grow, whatever the case may be, you need to be doing it. If he tell you to do anything, you need to be doing it. It should not, and yes, sometimes we walk in disobedience. Okay, we walk, I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't been, but I got to, how God dealt with me, he dealt with me. But you get yourself back up and you just do it. But what I'm saying is, just do what you need to do what you got to do, and don't let nobody stop you. You can't let people stop you. You can't let people take advantage of you. You have to set boundaries. And like I said, know the company and people you are around, because there's no way that you should have people around you and they are not sharpening. Y'all both should be sharpening each other. You both should be spewing wisdom in each other. You know what I mean? Like I said, some of you, y'all, if God give you a home, a house, you turn that house into a home. He may have you at a workplace or called you in a position or a new position. You may, it don't matter if it's customer service. He might need your light to be in that place. Period. He's strengthening. He may be strengthening you in certain areas. So, even you called to be a mother, you called to be a father, whatever the case may be, you got to do what you got to do. You got to be that mother, you got to be that father. You can't back down. You got to do what you have to do. You got to do what it takes. If you are called to marry, for the men, if you're called to be married, or you have a wife or a family, your job is to lead. God may using you to be the patriarch of your family. You have to lead. There is no excuse. You have to lead. Okay, and that's just how it is. Okay, you have to lead. You have it in you. A lot of people have it in them, but they just don't know, and it's so sad, because some people, instead of them, the people that should be, how can I say this? The people, I'm gonna just say, everybody don't have people around them to help them in that area. Okay, this is where you need to pray and ask God to send people, true, authentic, men and women of God to help you in certain areas. Okay, because you can't go off your own flesh. You can't be double-minded either. Double-minded. I'm sorry, y'all. Either. Okay. You have to lead. You are to cover, that wife or this spouse, however it, your job, you have duties and a job that God may call you to be the patriarch of the family, whether you like it or not. You gotta be obedient, and there's things that you have, you're not going to be perfect. That's a whole different subject. But even with the wives, you got to be helpmate. You're there to be a helpmate, and you got to say encouraging. You got to have wisdom. You can't just speak with ignorance out of your mouth, period. And it's vice versa, for the husbands as well. You got to learn how to communicate and stuff like that. But you got to, you receive your spouse for who they are. Receive your children for who they are. Receive, it's bigger than us. Just receive, and do what you should be doing. And no, we're not perfect. It's not going to happen overnight. We can't keep making excuses. No more excuses. Like I said, even be the best version of you. We're not making excuses. You can't make excuses and say, I can't do, I'm walk in fear. We don't fear nobody but God. I remember I was nervous, when God gave me sacred lines. I was nervous because I knew he was calling me to minister and speak and do other things, and there's other things about myself that he has called me to do. So, it's not easy. Yes, I may be on the phone doing coach calls or Zoom calls or whatever the case may be, and I done minister to people in person. I done, did whatever, just everything you can just imagine, but he knows I struggle with doing, lives and everything. I'm comfortable now because, you know, a little comfortable. Well, I'm gonna say more comfortable than without would normally be comfortable. But you gotta be the best version of yourself, and that's what he's molding me, he's shaping me, he's training me, just like he's doing it with you guys. You can't let a little setback, pray against setbacks, pray against delays. The enemy busy, so you gotta stand 10 toes down. You gotta remember what God is telling you and what he called you to do, because God word does not return void. We have to do, excuse me, what we're called to do. We have to do what we're told to do. It's all about obedience, okay? Because whether you want to do it or not, God will sit your butt down like he did mine. And I'm being honest, because I was, listen here, years ago, okay? And that's why I said, don't tell me he can't change. No, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. And he's going to work on us, and, each and every day. But I tell you, I'm not the same person. Okay, I'm not the same person, and some people can't accept it, and I'm fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it, because at the end of the day, listen, my father accepts me at the end of the day. Okay, my children accept me at the end of the day, and there are people that God has placed in my life that I know genuinely, because they think that some people don't think I know, but I trust and believe I know if you genuinely accept me or not. And and I love them. I truly love them. And stuff like that. And then the people, it's times God brought people in my life during certain seasons and times where I am no longer in their life how I used to be. And it's no hate, it's not this what God did. It's like, is no hate, is no ill feelings, not going, you don't go around saying, oh, this, and talking about people. No, because you just wish them well and you still love them, but that God needs you to keep on walking forward and doing what you need to do. And that's just that. We gotta be obedient to God, at the end of the day. Because like I said, God had brought many people in my life who I genuinely, cared about and loved. And, and he, at some point, seasons, times he separated. I didn't understand it at first, and it was times I cried. I'm be honest, it was times I used to cry. I'm like, God, but this my friends, and or this person, and this and that, but then sometimes God, I ain't gonna say sometimes, then he revealed. I'm not gonna say sometimes, but then he reveals things. And which and it's just not only that, it's part of your, you just got to keep pressing forward. And but like I said, we love them and we wish them well. It's no hate, it's no ill. If I see these people, I'ma still show love, like, hey, hi, stuff like that. So it's no ill feelings, no hate, or negativity. It's just God, is I have to be obedient with God, and he comes first in my life. And I don't put nobody before God. I will not idolize man for God. It doesn't matter. I even teach my kids. My kids already know God comes before anybody. Even when I'm ministering or teaching, whatever I do, God comes before anybody at the end of the day. Okay. And that's how it always should be. Okay. But and some people, like I said, God will bring back, and some people God won't, and it's okay. We still love them, you still love them, and you wish them the best and stuff like that. But you gotta be your true self, and if they can't love you and accept you for you, then they should not even be around you. I'm being honest. They should not be around you, because there's no way in the world you accepted someone in, is okay. I'm gonna use me. Okay, if you accepted me when I was dealing with depression, okay, I don't want to get too deep in that right now because it's a time and a place for everything. But if I wasn't myself. People, I could smile all I want, I could laugh, I can hee hee ha 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 and all that, but I was functional. That's the problem. I was functional, right? But now that I'm healed and delivered and changed, and that was years ago, you know what I mean? And now, because it's like you don't like the new version of me. You don't. Well, this is the real Mika. That Mika that you used to be. That really, I was dealing with a lot. And that's just with anybody because we all go through stuff. But that's why I said they should be able to love you when in your ups and your downs, and they should be accepting you. If they should accept you. There's no way. There's no way. If they cannot accept you and love you for you, then they shouldn't be around you. You should not have people around you that's jealous, that's envy, that's want to be in secret competition or competition with you, that discourage you, that tries to bring you down, and stuff like that. Try to, blame and always throwing your past in your face, whatever the case may be. You should not be around them people, especially when you trying to walk and you trying to grow. Because like I said, we all have a past and we all go through things, but it's up to you, to set your boundaries. It's up to you to decide, do you want to be a Ruth or do you want to be an Orpah? Do you want to be a Ruth? Do you want to keep going? Do you want to, start your new life? Do you want to start fresh, or do you want to be an Orpah and go back behind and go back to your old ways? You know what I mean? And it's it is what it is. And don't get mad if people don't want to be around you. Don't get mad if people don't invite you places. Don't be upset about it. Don't be mad. Sometimes God blocks you from going there because he don't want you to be there. It's not that he just don't want you to be there. Sometimes he'll let you, you are, you could be around certain people and places, but it's seasons where God may say, nope, you can't go. Well, I don't want you around them people, or this person. And there's nothing wrong because you don't know why he's doing that. That's why I said know your season, because there are seasons where God just wants you and him, where he's trying to build you up or whatever he's trying to do with you, prepare you and everything. You got to do what you have to do, and you can't let no one stop you from what God is doing or have for your life, whether people like it or not. Okay, at the end of the day, they don't see your sacrifices, they don't see your tears, they don't know what you're going through behind closed doors. Everybody think they know you. Everybody can say they don't know you. The only one who know you is God. They don't know you. Excuse me, because God did not let them see, everything about you. And be careful with monitoring spirits, because some people have monitoring spirits, but like I said, be the authentic version of you, and just be you. It is what it is. You got to move on with your life. You got to do what makes you happy. You got to do what you need to do. It's not about them. It's not about making them comfortable. It's not about making them happy. Now that, you dimming your light, you scared to speak. You scared to say certain stuff because you don't want people to be upset with you. You don't want people to be mad at you and stuff like that. No. We don't do that here because the name of my thing is called Sacred Lines, and I know exactly why God gave it to me. We don't be quiet. We're not, people not shutting us up. No more being quiet. No more silencing. Certain things. Now, is it like I said, when God tells us to be silent, we do be silent. Okay? But when he telling us to speak, we roar like a lion. We do what we supposed to do. We speak and say what we gotta say, and say it and mean it the way God has put it in you. Okay? You cannot worry about what people say and think. That's people's problem now. And I'm not saying it's everybody. Some people, okay? They always sit there. What's that thing they always say? Watch out for the quiet ones. You better watch out for them quiet ones. Trust and believe. Watch out for them quiet ones, okay? And watch out for people that God gives. Because when you think you're getting over, you're not. You're not. I promise you, you're not. Okay? God see what you're doing. And people that God gives can see right through you. Okay? And we ain't talking about man gifts. We're talking about gifts that God has given you, spiritual gifts, okay? But, different, that's a whole different topic and story. But, just words of encouragement. Like I said, be yourself. Be yourself. Love on yourself, okay? Be the best version of yourself, okay? None of us is perfect. You're not going to be, but none of us is perfect. And it's okay. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to mess up. We're going to fall. We pick ourselves back up and we just keep it pushing and keep it moving. Okay. Continue to spread the gospel. Continue to encourage and lift people up. You got to do what you have to do. We're no more being silent. No more silence. No more silence. Oh, I'm hearing that. No more silence. Some of you have been silent too long. You're out of your silent season. God is telling you to speak. So you need to speak and do what you got to do and speak what you got to speak and say what you got to say. And that's just that. In the name of Jesus, you have to, and that's it. That's just how it is. We're not being silent no more. That's it. Whether people like it or not. See, another thing. See, people don't like to hear the truth. Right? Now, if you're doing it out of ignorance and out of petty, that's something different. But some people, when you are speaking something that God's telling you to speak and say, they don't want to hear it because it's something they're wrestling with. But at the end of the day, if God's saying to speak and say it, you got to speak it. You got to be bold enough and have courage to speak and say it. Okay, period. You can't worry about who going to disagree with you, who's going to like it, who's not going to like it. We're not being silent no more. That's done. That's over. Okay, we don't be silent no more. Okay, we be silent when we need to be silent, but when God is telling us to speak, we speak. We roar like the lions, the lioness that we are, the kings and queens, the children of God that we are, the women of God, the men of God that we are. Our crown is not on the ground. Our crown is not cocked to the side. Our crown is straight. We walk with our head up high. We walk with confidence. And let me tell you something. Don't worry about, who say you're not qualified. You're not. God will put you in places that you're not qualified. God opens door for you, has open doors and will open doors that no man can shut. Okay, because at the end of the day, he's going to place you where you're needed. And ain't no devil and devil hockey sticks can stop. Nobody can stop you. Okay, because once God say it, it is so. Okay. Let them come. They can come after you with their little witchcraft and all that. They ain't nothing. Trust and believe, because God's going to take care of them too. And trust and believe. You don't want to come after the children of God. You definitely don't want to come after his chosen. I'm telling you that right now. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Okay. And like I said, we gotta walk and do what we gotta do. We gotta be the best version of ourselves. We gotta love on ourselves, knowing who you are in Christ. And just keep walking and don't worry about who accepts you and who don't accept. We don't care, because God accepts us. We don't care who don't accept us. God accepts us. If you got children, don't your children accept you? Okay, don't your spouse, whomever. There are people that God, that will accept you for you and that will love you genuinely for you. Okay, the ones who don't, God will scatter them. Don't worry about it. He will scatter them. Okay, He will scatter them. He will scatter them. Okay, and it is what it is. Okay, no more people pleasing, no more trying to make everyone else happy. Okay, we on assignment. A lot of us is on assignment. We got kingdom business to take care of. We got things to do, and this is not the time to back down. When I just went on I want to say a break, vacation break and stuff, but everything happened on God's timing. And when God was pouring so much in me, and he was doing so much with me, and I'm better. I'm better than what I was. And I am who I am, and I am who he called me to be, and I'm gonna continue to walk and do what he has called and told me to. And or people not going to accept you, or you're afraid, or it's going to be a new change in your life. But don't you want change? Don't you want change? You just got to know that wherever God placed you, wherever God tell you to do, I don't care if it's a new position, I don't care what it is, you got to know that God is going to be in the midst, and he's going to be right there at all times. He's going to be with you at all times, no matter what it is. He will provide, because some people have their blessings. Their blessings are locked on into in other places and areas, and they wondering why. And I'm not being smart. They're not receiving them. But you just got to step out on faith. You got to be obedient. You got to make sacrifices. Sometimes you might got to fast. You got to pray. It's different things that you might have to do. And you can't be discouraged. You can't worry about what people saying and talking. They're going to chirp anyway. They're going to chirp all day, chirp all night. I call, no offense, if I look at it like this. If you wake up, first of all, when you wake up, this is how I look at it for myself. When you wake up, I should not be on your mind unless God's telling you to pray for me. When you wake up, you should be praying. God should be on your mind. Thank you, God, for waking me up. However people do it. But if you wake up and you feel like you got to gossip and talk and do stuff, do out your day and say stuff about me, and dang, you're, I'm being honest. That's obsession. That is obsession. That is obsession. And to me, that you're a fan. So where do you want me to sign? Where do you want me to sign? Because if God lays somebody on my mind, I'm praying for him, depending on if he need me to pray or intercede, or I'm going to check on him, however the case may be. Because when I wake up, my time got to go to God first. Okay? And I know it's things that I have to do, that I need to be doing and need to be focused on. Not gossiping, not talking about backbiting and all that other stuff. Let me tell you something. It's a difference from, yes, we all need people to talk to. We all need people to vent, and that's fine and well. Because we all do need people to talk to. And we do need people to vent to. But I'll be daggone if I'm going to sit up there and give somebody my daggone time and my energy and stuff like that. And now you walking around, now you got stress on your heart. Now you feeling overwhelmed and stuff like that. And they walking around just happy, go lucky, skipping, hopping, all happy. And they basically, you just let them win. No. Yes, we're human. We're not going to always have our good days. I'm being honest. We're not. And there's going to be days people going to be taking us there. Okay? And we're not perfect. And I'm just saying it. But I'm just saying, when people are like that, you have to be careful. That is obsessive behavior. And you need to pray against that spirit. Because there ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, we got other stuff to worry about, other things to do. You could be planning trips and, or going to work or whatever you choose to do, being a parent, probably want to start a practice, a business, whatever the case may be. Your own business, got a bunch of stuff going on in your life. You might got other stuff to worry about. We're human. We got a bunch of stuff to worry about. We're not here to worry about who, because like I said, they're going to talk about you regardless if you're doing good or bad. And some people are mad because they want the old you back. But you have to just, let them be upset and mad, because don't go back to the old you if that's not where you wasn't in a happy place, and that's not where you want to be at. We got to continue to grow. And we got to continue to do what we got to do. And like I said, nobody's perfect. We all are My dog walking back and forth. We all are, nobody is perfect, but we all have stuff we need to do. And I hope these words encourage, and, people, like I said, love on the people that love on you, and I'm talking about genuinely love on you. And just know that you're about your father's business. If people can't understand that, then oh well. We, like I said, yes, we do. It's a time of, we joke around, we play. We human. We have emotions and stuff like that. And but a lot, when God's telling us to do stuff, or is areas that you need to be working on, whatever things you need to be doing, you need to just do it, and and not let no one discourage you, because like I said, their path and their life is not yours, and you just gotta step out on faith and do what you gotta do. You can't worry about what people say and think. Okay, you just can't. They're gonna talk about you anyway. You can't. Let God deal with them. Let God deal with them. Period. Okay, people pass up and all this in their face, but they ain't looking at their stuff. Okay, they ain't looking at, because see, God knows things they did. Okay, just like He know things we did. Okay, but when they don't know how God dealt with you, or how you ask God for forgiveness, or however the case may be, everybody is different. They don't know. Okay, that's not their business. Okay. But like I said, you got to be yourself, be the best version of you, and you just got to learn self-control. Some people need to really learn self-control. And like I said, look at the people, look at the people you have around you, and you need to really sit back and like, is they really for me? Period. If they really for me, is they good for me? Period. Like, iron sharpen iron. We don't have time. Yes, like I said, we can joke, we can have fun and stuff like that, but the goal is to continue to move forward and not to stay stagnant and be stuck. Okay, and I hope these words encourage someone or anyone out there. And just like I said, know who you are and your identity. Be your true, authentic self. And if people cannot accept you and who for you, then they don't need to be around you. And I'm not talking about, because like I said, who you are, who you truly really are behind closed doors. Be yourself. Be your authentic self. And if God has changed you in areas, or you feel like you need to change in some areas, then that's what you need to do. Then do it. Okay, don't be letting people hold you back. Don't be letting people stop you, and then you look up, and then you sitting there like, dang, like, because guess what? You ain't stopped them. You sure ain't stopped them, because they gonna do whatever they want to do. And if they got any opportunity for anything, they gonna take it. So always, like I said, some just ask God, what is your purpose? Ask God to lead you and direct and order your steps. Because everybody want, but you got to be obedient, and you got to make sacrifices. Okay, you are who you are, and that's just that. And like I said, if God is changing you or moving you into places or different areas or whatever the case may be, you just gotta do it. And you cannot, wherever He lays on your heart, you just gotta do it. You can't worry about what other people say and think. Why are you worried about them? Why do you care? Do what makes you happy. Do what God's calling and telling you to do. Because I had to do that, I used to be around a lot of people. I mean, I used to be around a lot of people, and they, little do they know, like, I knew that they felt uncomfortable, and I would sit there and not say certain things, and I went and there were times when God humbled me. Yes, He did, because He didn't want me to speak when I wanted to speak and say stuff. But there were times when I was around certain people, and I knew they were uncomfortable, right? So to make them uncomfortable, I wouldn't say or do certain things, and, until one day, this is years ago, then God stopped me from doing that. Be yourself. And that's like, I had to be myself. You're not dimming my light because you uncomfortable. That's something you need to go to God and pray about. You need to ask God to deliver you and heal you in that area, because I'm not going to dim my light to make you feel comfortable. I am who I am. And it's not you, it's the light in you. It's, and that's how it was with me. It was because I used to sit there and be like, God, like, what, why did it? But it wasn't me, it was the light in me, and it's something to them that they have to get, ask God to heal them and help them in that area. you know and it is what it is. It's like you accept people, but some people just can't handle you. They can't accept you because they can't handle the light. I could sit around people, it don't bother me. I'm not here to judge. That's on you. You gonna do whatever you want because that's your life. Now if God tell me to say something, yes, I am going to say it and speak it. But if that's your life and journey. It has nothing to do with me, but I am obedient when I need to be obedient. He tell me to say something, I have to say it and speak it, and that's just that. It is what it is. And it's sad because it's like the people, they don't know that they are blessed. They don't know that they are beautiful inside and out, and they don't see it. And we got to stop. And I'm saying this for, anybody who does. You got to stop focusing on other people's life. Stop focusing on other people's parents and what they have or what God is doing for them in their life. Because you don't know what they had to go through and deal with, and what they surrendered or sacrificed, or whatever the case they had to, whatever they did behind closed doors. You don't know that this was part of their path. This was part of their walking, their calling, or this is who they are. You got to stop worrying about other people, parents, and how they look and what they got, and worrying about their blessings and all that other stuff. Because guess what? You may not have the same thing as them, but you can get the same stuff. Just by surrendering, being submitted to God, and if it's in your path or walk, however the case may be. For me, an identity, that's a whole different topic, but just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Love on yourself and be yourself. And just know who you are. Love who you are. And like I said, it don't matter who don't like you. It don't matter who try to stop. They cannot stop what God has placed in you. They can't stop or touch nothing that God has blessed. They just can't. They just can't. And don't let nobody dim your light. Like, who is them? Like, who is they? Like don't let nobody dim your light because they want to walk around and they want to walk around in darkness. Let them walk around in darkness. But you don't let nobody, dim your light because they want to walk around in darkness. Oh, no. No. Because a lot of times, sometimes God will pull you away from people to get you together, pull you out of the darkness, get you together, get you fixed up, cleansed up, washed up, purge you, cleanse you, and whatever he need to do. And he may use you to be a blessing in that person's life, or however he used you to be back, in that person's life. So, sometimes we may be like, oh, I miss doing this and I miss doing that. But I promise you, I'm trying to tell you, when you let certain stuff go and you just take your time and just it grow bit by bit by bit, every day just taking one step, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna miss none of that stuff. You ain't gonna miss it. You is not gonna miss it. But I'm ready to go. And I know I've been on here a little longer than what I said I was going to be on here. But I hope these words help someone, encourage someone. And everyone have a good, blessed day. And remember always, know who you are, be who you are, be true to yourself. Whatever's on your heart and mind, just do it. Walk out on faith, but always make sure that it's aligned with God's will. Always make sure that, you talk to God, you pray and ask God for clarity and confirmation, and wait for Him to give it to you. But if He put it on your heart to do certain things, you need to do it. You can't let people stop you. You can't let people hold you back, and don't let people tell you what to do with your life, or what you should be doing, or X, Y, and Z, because their life is not your life, and the plans God have for you is not the plans He had for them. So, everybody be blessed, have a safe and blessed day, and enjoy your night. God bless, and that's it. Bye.